All right, so today we're taking a look at the Mackie MP-20 True Wireless Earbuds. So for those of you that are not familiar with this company, they've been in the audio industry for over 30 years, and they're pretty much a one-stop shop for professional grade audio equipment. They make mixers, they make audio interfaces, speakers, headphones, microphones, you name it, they pretty much have it when it comes to audio equipment. Well, now they've released their first pair of true wireless earbuds, which we are taking a look at here today. And these are a pair of dual driver earbuds with active noise cancellation. So the price on these, 150 bucks. I will put the link down in the description. So after you guys watch the video, if you're interested, feel free to use that link. So let's go ahead and start off with the case like we normally do. Pretty straightforward, nothing too out of the ordinary. It is a little bit on the bulky side, but still small enough to fit inside of a pocket. You have your branding up top and your LED indicators on the front to help you gauge your battery life. And then over on the back, you have your Type-C charging port. As far as the earbuds, they are on the larger side, but the portion that actually goes into your ear is separate from the rest of the earbud, which does help in terms of the fit, which we'll talk more about later. These are using touch controls, and they do give you control over everything. So you can play and pause, you can track forward, track backward. You have access to your volume controls, your ambient sound control, as well as your voice assistant. And what I like about these is that the surface for the touch controls is very flat, which makes them very easy to use. So these are running Bluetooth 5.2. As far as codecs, we have SBC and AAC. And then when it comes to battery life, we have some very impressive numbers. So on a single charge with active noise cancellation turned off, you can expect around 13 hours of use. And then with active noise cancellation turned on, that number drops closer to about 10 hours. So these are actually on the same playing field as the Sony WF-1000XM4 in terms of battery life. And then once you factor in the charging case, that's going to give you an additional 40 hours of use. As far as water resistance, we have an IPX4 rating, so not necessarily waterproof, but definitely splash and water resistant. So when it comes to the fit, like I said, these earbuds are on the larger side. So for me personally, they're not going to be my go-to for hitting the gym, but outside of that, just for regular everyday activities, these are perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and talk about the sound quality, which for me is definitely the highlight when it comes to these earbuds. And like I said, these have a dual driver setup. So you have a Knowles balanced armature driver for the mids and highs, combined with a dynamic driver for the lower frequencies. And what stands out to me the most is definitely the clarity when it comes to the mids and highs. They're very nicely balanced, and they do an amazing job at bringing vocals to life. And one of my favorite test tracks lately has been this song right here. If you guys want, you can look it up, but it's basically a remake of the classic What You Won't Do for Love song by Bobby Caldwell. And these earbuds really separate her voice from the rest of the music extremely well. And then acoustically, the reverb and just all the different effects embedded in the music are really brought to life. And I would say if you enjoy music that's centered around singing and appreciating true vocal talent, you're really going to enjoy these earbuds. And then as far as bass, these do have some impressive bass response, but it's certainly not too much. It's not too aggressive. It's not too overshadowing. It's definitely enough there to satisfy those lower frequencies, but it definitely leaves enough room for everything else to shine. And then as far as the volume, these actually get pretty loud. And for me, the sweet spot is around 70% volume. I typically don't go any higher than that when listening to these. So I do think you'll like these if you're somebody that enjoys loud music. Now, as far as the active noise cancellation, the performance on these is pretty solid. And I would say that they're on par with other earbuds in that $100 to $200 price range. They do a great job of blocking out lower frequency sounds. Now, voices and some higher frequency sounds still find their way through, but that's pretty typical for most active noise canceling earbuds. As far as the transparency mode, performance is decent. It does come with a bit of white noise or kind of that static sound. So it's not the most natural sounding, but it definitely does help you hear your surroundings so that you can be more aware. All right, so what you guys are listening to right now is a microphone test of the Mackie MP-20 True Wireless Earbuds. So this should give you an idea as to how you would sound if you take a phone call in a quiet environment. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Now let's see how they sound once we add some background noise. All right, so now we've got some crowd noise being played on a speaker. So this should give you a rough idea as to how you would sound if you choose to take a call in a more noisy environment. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So overall, I think these are a very solid option from a company that's been in the audio industry for quite some time. Like I said, for me, the highlight is definitely the sound quality. So I will put the link down in the description so that you guys can check these out. And that's pretty much going to cover it for today's video. So as always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.